In our second quarter, that we're just starting, we're going to be talking about the over-under predictions for the Western Conference.
Yes.
Jeremy, can you take it away for us?
All right, we got Dallas 34.5.
Under.
Over.
What?
35.
35.
35 and 47.
Oh,
So
come
that's
on,
just
man.
you. That's just you hoping.
How is Dallas going to win 35 games this year? With no knees, Dirk. Dennis Smith is great. He's great. Good for you. So you're telling me what the young guard is going just...
Luka, Jalen Brunson.
Because of DeAndre Jordan.
Yep.
He's going to hit those clutch free throws for you when it matters most to win those
DeAndre Jordan's
close
going to be
games.
a rim protector.
Okay.
Let me say this. Let me ask you this. I know. Before we go on to the other teams, how much does Rick Carlisle play in that for you?
What, for the 35?
Yeah.
Plays a lot.
Okay. I just want to make sure because, there's some people over here, I'm just going to point to this guy, and, that disrespects Rick Carlisle as a coach, and I think he's a great coach, but this man continuously disrespects Rick Carlisle.
That's fine.
He did a great job in 2011.
That's fine.
Helping the team do a championship.
Helping the.
Leading the team. You know.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
That wasn't trying to be a shot.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
Did a great job then. He's not what I would consider like a tier 1 coach. That's just me.
I agree.
That's
He's
just
not
me.
tier 1, but he's a good coach.
Yeah. He is a good coach. He is a good coach.
Yeah.
He's been there a while and he has a championship. I can't say too much else.
I guess I'm just surprised. Mark Cuban lets him just kind of.
Yep.
And I there's been no talks about him, and I want that job.
Right.
Man.
Okay, next one. How about Denver? This has been on in our group. It's been we've been unsure of how Denver's going to do. Some of us think this is like a breakout year for them. Some of us think it's like 1 year out, maybe 2 years out.
Should be.
You know what? They did get my boy Isaiah Thomas on the over/under 47. I'm going under. That's a lot of wins. 47 is a lot of wins.
I'm going to go under by like maybe 2.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
They're in the 40s for sure.
Same here. They're my 8th seed, so just barely under.
So I'm thinking because 500 would be 80 or 41 wins.
41 and
So I'm thinking they could get 43, 44 wins. Yeah. I could see that for sure.
I think they'll get 45. I think they'll be the 7th seed.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Who's next? Oh.
Over.
So
oh man. All right, here we go.
That one super team.
Yep.
Golden State 62 and a half.
Over.
How many wins did they have last year?
57.
Over.
Oh, is that right? I think that's right. Hold on. You can go ahead and what do you think?
Let me tell you why I asked that, because the DeMarcus Cousins thing is only interesting because we know he's going to miss at least the first half.
But even if he misses the
season.
whole season, I don't think they got any worse.
Well, yeah, but I'm telling you, by adding DeMarcus Cousins, if we're talking about 62 wins, can the man get you 5 more wins than you got last year? Yeah, absolutely, if he's healthy.
Yeah.
But again, guys, I've said this before. With Golden State, they go through these lows during the season, and they lose games where you're like, how do they lose that game? And you're not worried about it because in the playoffs they can beat it. You have to beat them 4 times.
Right.
It's hard to beat them 4 times. So I'm gonna say over, but I'm gonna kind of hedge my bet here. Would I be surprised if they go under 62.5? I would not at all.
They have 58 wins.
58.
Yeah, I see. I maybe put them at 60. I think they just get bored sometimes, man.
I totally get that. I'm just gonna say over.
Okay.
I don't really.
I'll go under. Officially.
Now this one is much more interesting because we've had some disagreements. We have one Houston Rockets fan with us today, but the Houston Rockets, who are predicted at 54 and a half. What think we?
Over.
Go over.
James Harden, Chris Paul. And they got
I'll go over.
They have a young center who's bringing it.
I will say over, not by a whole lot.
Yeah,
I don't think they hit their 65 that they did this past year.
No.
But I think they will be the 57 maybe win team, 56, 57 win team.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think Melo, if you come in shape, Melo, you got to come in shape. Melo with the isolation basketball.
Look at him a little closer. You
got to come in shape, Melo.
You like that live editing that I did there?
You got to come in shape.
Play defense too.
If he comes in shape, gives 100% effort, and fits in, they could go right back to being the 2 seed and potentially challenging the Warriors.
Yeah, he can throw a hand up and get back on.
I hope that he's going to come motivated this year because he knew how bad he was last year. I think on the
We can
inside heart of hearts, I
Did
think
he
he knows.
know?
I think
really
on the
know?
inside, I think his ego will
Now-
not allow him to tell other people out.
This is
But I
what-
think on the inside, I
This
think
is
he
what,
knows.
his 15th year? If he was drafted in 2003,
Yeah.
that makes this
Same
his
year as
15th
LeBron,
year.
yeah.
So 15th year in the NBA, he's getting pretty old, and he was older than LeBron at that
Yes.
point. So he's even if he comes in shape, how out of shape is he since we saw him do good stuff in New York?
I think it won't matter because when you have a dynamo like James Harden and you got Chris Paul that's, really setting up everybody else, his job is just to, at times, fill in those isolation roles, do what he does in his pocket.
Okay.
I got you.
How about the Los Angeles Clippers?
Under.
Well, let me tell you what they're predicted at first. They're predicted at 35 and a half. Let's see here. This summer, let me just recap for you. They lost DeAndre Jordan. They re-signed Avery Bradley. They signed.
Golf clap.
Help me out. They signed.
Luke Mbamute.
Okay, yeah, I knew you could say that name.
Montrezl Harrell. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, is this years ago, Montrezl Harrell, or?
So the Clippers winning 35 games, I think they're under by a long shot. They have a great coach in Doc Rivers.
Yeah, great coach.
But
You can't save this.
can only do so much,
can't
right?
save this.
You can only work with what's in front of you,
Yeah.
and that's just not going to work.
Yep.
So Clippers are under. Let's go on to the Lakers. Lamar, take it away, please.
They're going to go over. However,
Over what?
they're going to go over 48 and a half.
Okay.
I think they finish right at around 51, 52. The reason why I say that is because they're going to struggle at the beginning of the year. I would not be surprised if, we're talking already Luke Walton is going to be on the hot seat. We're talking LeBron and maybe, somebody else on the team would have some strong personalities. They're going to have some issues, those kind of things. So I think beginning of the year it's going to be rough, but LeBron's going to make that late push. Some guys are going to surprise us. Lonzo Ball has to play well this year. If he doesn't, peace out. Rondo comes in, takes over. So
You said, not on record, but you said that you think he's getting traded.
if he doesn't, I'm telling you this, Lonzo Ball will start because they're gonna see what he's got. He's got about 30 games to show.
That's a lot. Well, I guess.
I'm just saying.
When you have a veteran point guard
right,
like Rondo,
he's got about 30 games to prove himself. If he doesn't, he gonna be on the bench. He gonna get traded. I'm telling you.
So, Jeremy, 48 and a half for
Over.
the Lakers. Over? I say over as well. Lamar, you said
Over.
you think over as well. So, do we think they hit the 50?
Yeah, they hit 50.
They get 51, somewhere around there, 52.
I could definitely see that. That's right around. See, that's weird though. What seed does that put them if they get that?
I put them at my 6th seed.
You have that many 50-win teams in the Western Conference?
I do.
That's a lot.
I think the West is gonna
How many
dominate
How
this
many
year.
wins do the Pelicans get? Hold on. No, sorry. I was so. Hold on. We'll get there in just a minute.
Okay.
First up is Memphis. The Memphis Grizzlies, who are at 34.5.
This is Lamar's team.
This is his 5th team, right?
Yeah.
All right. Tell us about the.
Wait, this is not my 5th
Nah,
team.
no, he's not that. That was the best one.
I do think
No,
they're gonna,
not your 5th seed. Like the 5th team that you cheer for.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are a mess. I'm just saying. I think Memphis has some interesting young guys, and if they can work out
like
a
Kyle
run,
Anderson.
stop it. If they can work out a run and gun system,
Yeah.
where they can stop it. Just listen to what I'm saying. If they can work out a run and gun system, they have some players.
I'm a fan of Garrett Temple.
Oh my.
I really am. I'm a fan of Garrett.
They have
Temple.
some players I think that can do some havoc. I think in an
Bro,
open
Sheldon
court.
Mack is a top tier player.
Anyways, so I think they can win 37 games. That's going to be essentially what
they're
your
going
37 was. I think that's
they're
what
going
they're
under. Mavericks will finish better than them.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about all that. Is
You
that your rival team?
Wait. You
No,
want
why
to
you-
put a bet on that? On
No gambling.
No
on this
gambling.
show.
No gambling.
No gambling.
But I don't think Marcus Gasol's gonna make it to All-Star break. I think they're gonna trade him.
Wow. To who?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody. He wants to be
Anybody.
with a contender.
I mean,
He's been in trade rumors for the last 2 years.
He deserves to play on a
Yes.
contending team.
Yes. Ever
What
since
if he
they got rid of
goes
Zebo.
to?
Yeah.
Does he play 4 or 5?
5. Technically.
He's
So what if
definitely
he
5.
goes
Yeah.
to who's a contender that needs a 5? What if he goes to the Lakers? I don't think the Lakers are going to trade.
We
for
don't
him.
have the cap space.
They're not going to trade for him. I don't know. I can't think of who it could be, but
then you got to make sure Mike Conley's healthy, and then
he's never healthy.
Exactly.
What if he goes to New Orleans?
Nah.
For who?
Who they gonna trade though?
Conley?
I don't know.
Gasol.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Oh, because Anthony Davis gets traded to the Celtics, or what?
I think.
Or what?
I'm just saying, two bigs with them. Anthony Davis can run like a deer anyway,
gosh.
so he's practically.
So they're just going to try and replicate what they had before?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean,
because that worked
out. It's a copycat league.
That worked out
It's
for
a
them.
copycat league. I'm just saying.
That worked out for them.
Yeah, my thing with Memphis is...
They played well last year.
Yeah, Marc Gasol is always in trade rumors. Mike Conley can't stay healthy. Outside of those two, who you got that's going to get you?
I just think they're going to
We spent way too much time talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. How about the Minnesota
Under.
Sorry, I can't finish it. The Minnesota Timberwolves. Does that say 44.5?
Yep.
Did I have a typo?
First off, I think Jimmy Butler going to be another person that doesn't make it through the All-Star break. He's going to get traded. And then that team's just going to...
It's just going to be Karl Anthony Towns and the boys.
Yeah.
Or Wiggins. Wiggins didn't even come up now.
They might trade Wiggins too.
I think.
Really?
I think
no. They can't trade Wiggins.
Yeah, they see him implode.
I think under 44.5.
They're gonna go under. They'll be in the lottery.
Lamar, let's go ahead and talk about it.
I'm telling y'all, Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis, he's going to win MVP this year.
He has to stay healthy.
He will. I think Anthony Davis. I think this is the year he will stay healthy. He will win MVP. He's a dynamo. I think at the end of last year he was really on a tear, and people were like, oh man, like this is it. And I think he's gonna start proving to people why he's the man. And I think him alone, and he's gonna carry some load.
Did you just compare him to Karl Malone?
No, him alone.
Sorry, continue.
Him
alone, like him by himself, along with Drew Holiday, who's a good player. And now they have Randall, so they got some interesting pieces there. And I think
that hurt you a little bit.
It does.
Randall was like the one. Well, I guess was Randall the one that you really didn't want to get rid of?
I only said that because I like Brandon Ingram more. I think he's more important to the team. But I think I finally started to see Randall work hard last year.
What did I tell you? When that draft went down and you guys drafted Randall beforehand, I was upset because of how hard of a worker he was.
He is. He's a hard worker. So I really do think he's going to be motivated and they're going to be good.
This says the Pelicans are predicted at 45.5.
Over.
I'll say, if I say over, that puts them in playoffs.
Not making the playoffs.
They are definitely.
You know what?
They'll be on the
I'll go ahead and say under. I won't give a specification,
because Anthony Davis, first of all, he doesn't have to prove to anybody he's the man. He's already MVP candidate every year.
But he hasn't done it in the win column.
He's creeping
yet.
On that list of
he hasn't
best
done
players
the win column yet.
Right.
He hasn't got the dubs yet.
And who have they gotten this offseason besides Randall? Randall's a good pickup, but who did they get? They got Elfrid Payton.
And from last season,
I didn't think they need to do that much. Y'all remember they went on a tear when DeMarcus Cousins got injured. You know it and I know it. They went on a tear.
I just don't see it. I just have to be proven wrong.
Okay.
But I'll say under.
I say they're going to win 52 games.
Wow.
52?
Wow.
That's a lot
Barely
of games.
ahead of the Lakers. Yeah.
Wow.
That is a lot of games. All right.
Okay.
Next up, Oklahoma City. Predicted at 50.5.
That's tough, man.
I'll say over. I will.
I'll say over by a little bit.
Not a lot, but I think they're the 4 seed.
I think that's the 52 wins that Lamar was talking about. He was
talking about the wrong.
He was talking about the wrong team.
Lamar, the Thunder have Westbrook and George. I think you were thinking about that they had.
Anyways,
Anthony
I'm over
Davis.
I'm over him. Let me ask you a question. Is Billy Donovan still coaching that team?
Unfortunately.
So, I think Billy Donovan is the weak link of that team. I really do think so. I think he's just
go back to college.
He needs to go back to the college game, man. I'm not dissing the man. I'm just saying I think in the NBA, I don't think he really grabs a hold of Westbrook and is like, hey, here's what I need you to do. I think Westbrook is like, forget you, I'm gonna do what I do.
Yeah, I was like, he can't because you got a dynamo personality like that.
Yeah,
you need a special type of coach. You know what I'm saying?
So, but
And when I say special type of coach, I'm thinking like Mark Jackson.
yes, right.
I'm thinking like Mark Jackson.
Whereas some people don't think Mark Jackson is a good coach.
Mark Jackson.
He's a great coach.
Anyways,
we're not.
yeah, let's not even go on it. But I'll go over by a little bit because I just think Russ and PG are dead great.
That's my thoughts as well.
You know,
that's my thoughts as well.
I kind of want to look at their schedule and just kind of see like what they got going on. But for right now, I'm gonna say over 2. But man, that one may come back to bite me.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Next up, Phoenix, 28.5. I feel like that's the line of where
it's about where they're going to
Phoenix has been the other team. It's been Denver and Phoenix that we're talking about. Obviously, Denver's closer. But 28.5 for this team with DeAndre Ayton. I mean, they've got pieces.
I'm gonna go over by a little bit. Not obviously.
I'm gonna say over.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like 30.
I'm gonna say under because have y'all seen Ayton play defense?
Who?
He's Ayton,
No,
DeAndre Ayton.
I haven't.
He's trash.
I haven't seen him play defense at all.
Is he really?
I'm talking about even.
Have you seen him play defense?
Yes, I watched him just in the summer league. Boy was getting torched.
You're not picking up on what I'm putting down. Nobody has seen him play defense. That's what I'm getting at.
So,
anyway,
I'm just saying.
But if he can improve that, and obviously that's why I think they're a year or 2 away from anything. But 28.5, I think Phoenix is a little better than that.
Yeah,
a little bit, not a whole lot.
I say under.
Okay, all right. That's fine. How about the Portland Trailblazers? Another interesting one. This one says 41.5. Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, and
Nurkic.
Nurkic. How do you spell that?
AIC.
Are there any weird letters on there?
No,
there's not.
No,
Nurkic.
Yeah.
Okay, re-signed center Nurkic. I see you.
They got Steph Curry too. Curry's good.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice combo guard. Yeah.
Okay, so like when you said that, I definitely heard Steph. And I was looking at it, and I was like,
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
The
he used to play for Dallas. He was nice, but yeah.
But he ain't his brother.
He's not his brother.
No, but he's a good player. Is what I'm saying. He's a good piece.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not
Steph.
I think they go barely under. But y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see much from Portland this year. I just don't.
Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I'm not gonna go against them. I'll say over, not by a lot.
43, 44.
At the most. At the most.
Same.
Over but again, that's 41. 41.5. That's over. Yeah. Are you saying over?
Over by a little.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll say over on Portland. That one's gonna need some looking.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The coach is gonna really have to.
Yeah. Stotts is a good coach though.
He is, but he's really gonna have to work this year. He's gonna earn his money.
Because it's like, how hard does Damian Lillard want to keep playing? He's always been the player that plays with a chip on his shoulder because he never had anything. He was
wait a minute. Wait. I was about to say, you're not saying he doesn't play hard this year.
No. Well, okay. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he has always played with this chip on his shoulder, which has helped make him as good as he is. Now he gets put on the All-NBA first team. Is he good? Is he going to stop grinding like he did? That's where I'm getting at. So we'll see. I mean, I think C.J. McCollum, potentially the better of the two. Because McCollum's been getting better and better and better.
Lillard?
No, right this second, I'd take Lillard over. But this year, might be interesting. C.J. McCollum over the last 2 years, because wasn't he the most improved player last year? Not this year. That
it might have been a year before.
I feel like
he is a nice shooter, man. Right. I will say, but over Damian Lillard.
But if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna compare them to the Washington Wizards of the East.
Ooh, that's accurate.
That's accurate.
That is accurate,
man. You got Wall and Beal.
Right. No, I get it. No, you're absolutely right. You're
wow.
So
yikes.
I feel like if it doesn't work out this time.
Yeah, but I mean,
who do you keep?
Oh, that's tough.
Because I don't think Lillard really
you would get more for Lillard
to be there.
If you're rebuilding, you would get more for Lillard.
Would you like Lillard in LA?
I would love. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna tell you right now. If he comes to LA, I will lose my mind. Him and LeBron? Lord have mercy.
No, but he's a max contract player though. So are you okay with those two?
Do you remember all those 1 year deals?
No, I get it.
We get Damian Lillard. Oh boy, we go. Boy, so it's home right there. It's home there.
Damian Lillard or Kawhi?
Okay, if LeBron will have to go back to playing defense if we were to get Lillard, because just because you know. But if he's that beast,
but LeBron can just flip the switch and go back to playing defense.
I think so. Right. I think so.
But because if they if you get Lillard, he doesn't have to handle the ball.
Right. Which
In
I think
fact,
he would love that. He would be
it'd
like,
be the
by
first-
all means.
It'd be the true. No, because he had Kyrie. So
Right.
they did pretty good
They did,
together.
right. They won a chip, yeah.
So that
Yeah.
would be
I
interesting.
was gonna say, well, LeBron the last few years after he played with his Cleveland team and he had to do so much offensively, it took away from his defense.
I truly think the point guard for the 19-20 Lakers is going to either be Damian Lillard or Kyle Lowry.
Oh wow!
I
Well, that's a
I
man.
can see both of them rocking that yellow and pink. I can see them both doing it.
wow. Even gave you the breast cancer awareness.
Yellow and
jerseys.
purple. Sorry.
I don't have anything to say
They-
on that one.
So let's talk about Sacramento.
Under.
So let's talk about San Antonio. No,
Yeah,
so
there's-
Sacramento
there's
25 and a half.
Nothing to talk about here.
They're going to be fighting for the number one
They'll be fighting for the number one.
In the
But they'll still get number 2.
in the lottery.
in the
And they'll get number two.
Because it's Sacramento.
That's what they do.
Because Cleveland will somehow get number one again.
No, well, yeah. I was like, no, well.
Somehow it will wind up them getting
They
that.
did. They made a trade back in 2002, and
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It was future picks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what it said on the info graph.
right.
Said
I got
future
you.
picks. All
I
right.
got you.
San Antonio, we already briefly talked about this one, but 43 and a half. Popovich, DeRozan, Aldridge, 44, 45.
Somewhere around
Yeah.
there.
I can't go under.
Over about
As
a
long as
little bit.
Popovich is the coach, I mean, anything's
Yeah.
possible.
I think they're gonna have to change their style of play though.
When I
And
say
that's
anything,
what I'm
when I
curious
say
about.
anything is possible, I mean making the playoffs.
I got you.
Not
I know what you
much
meant. I know what
past
you meant.
that.
I got you. He's gonna really have to change their style of play because
Right.
his usual it's not gonna work with that kind of team. They're gonna have to be up pace, up tempo. They're probably gonna have to defense is gonna slack a little bit, I would think.
Yeah.
Because of their offense. So I mean
That helps with them getting younger though. With DeJounte Murray, I mean,
Right.
he'll gladly take it.
Right,
up
here we
tempo.
go.
How about the Utah Jazz at 48 and a half?
I say over.
How far?
Y'all call me crazy. I think Utah is gonna win about 51, 52 games.
You really are friends with Kevin Pelton, are you?
No, I think Utah, y'all, Rudy Gobert is such a defensive, he shuts down the paint.
He won the
Defensive
defensive
player
player
of
of
the
the year.
Okay?
You don't have to
So
say much
if
else.
you can do that, and if your coach can do any kind of defensive things out there on the perimeter, I think they're going to be okay.
How many games did Utah win last year?
Let's find out.
That's really going to determine because I'm like my philosophy. If you don't do anything to get better,
Why did
can't
we talked
see
about
it.
this. Why did they need to add a piece? Why can't they just stay pat?
because their goal is to win a championship. I hope.
Well, yeah, that's everybody's goal. But in the days of Golden State and
Right.
super team Boston, and you're not gonna beat those teams.
True.
So
So you're just gonna stand pat and like, we'll just take our.
Why is this so hard to find?
Oh wow.
This is
Sorry,
actually
I'm sorry.
crazy.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
good.
asked.
It's good. Let's talk about while he's finding that. Let's talk about their pieces though. They got some nice pieces. Ingle, I
Ingles
really
is
do
really
think he is really underrated.
Ingles is good.
I think people don't understand how that man can ball. He has to stay healthy,
Right.
but I think he can
But
ball.
with Ingles, he's a pure jump shooter, and he is, man. I've seen him in person. He has he has a good jump shot.
Pure jump shot,
But
man. Yeah.
I mean, you run him off the line.
That's-
I haven't seen him do much.
But I'm
I've
saying,
seen-
I really do think it's like David said. I think people don't when they play Utah, they're like, and I think they're gonna be surprised
But
when
no,
they play Utah.
I think
That
they're
was
going to be
last
ready
year.
to go now.
You think so?
Because that was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think teams are still sleeping on them.
I don't think so.
No. I think teams are going to go at Donovan Mitchell and expose him very early on.
I think so too.
I
That's why
do.
What do you mean expose him? What do you mean?
He will be a star, but I think as of right this second, I think that's where he's at.
Yeah. He caught a lot of people off guard.
Whereas
He caught a lot of people
when I
off
look
guard.
at the other two that are in that little trio, I see superstar in them. I need to see a little more from.
Oh, I'm not gonna. He's definitely not a superstar. I agree.
No, I mean eventual superstar.
Right.
Because I
But
wouldn't say Tatum's the superstar right now, but
Here's my only thing about him though. He plays. If you watch him, he plays so hard.
He does.
Right.
That I get concerned sometimes that an injury is.
I
Gonna
was
happen.
about to say when you said that, Derrick Rose popped in my head.
I do. I like when I watch him.
man,
I'm
that's
I'm
actually
serious.
pretty
When I
accurate.
watch him play, I go,
Right.
"Ooh, man! Like somebody's got to teach him how to like." There's gears you can put it in. Sometimes you need to back it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't know any different
Yeah.
other than full
I
gear
feel
all
like
the time.
Is he trying to play like Russ? Because Russ is the only player that can do that.
Yeah, but look at the physical condition that Westbrook
Exactly.
is in. He looks like there is no fat on that man.
He's the only player in the NBA that can play that speed.
Yeah.
LeBron can't play that speed. That's not LeBron's game.
Wall should be able to.
Wall
but
should.
His mental capacity is.
You see his haircut when he went to the USA? That boy was all over the place.
What's he doing?
All right. So, 48 and a half. That's I mean, last year they were 48 wins. That's right where they were.
I'm telling you, I think they go over.
Because of that, I'll say
I'll go over. They're going 49.
49, but it won't surprise me if they're under. It won't surprise me at all.
I got you.
Yeah. Nice.